Yo, yo, what's up? What's up, team? How we doing? Another watch list, this time for the 27th of February tomorrow. Will be short and sweet, as these large caps and market-related names aren't my typical bread and butter, so I'm a bit more skittish when it comes to days and weeks and environments like such. So what I was looking for on a bunch of these bounce names was a reversal trade, and this morning a bunch of stuff started gapping up, and as Dan Shapiro says, if you watch him on Access the Trader or the PS60 process or whatever you've heard of him before, but he always says don't buy gap ups in quote-unquote bear markets, or don't buy gap ups in descending supply. So when you get market shifts like we went over, where pops are into supply zones rather than dips into demand zones, then gap ups are typically not buying opportunities. They're typically areas that are met with selling pressure. And that's kind of what happened today, was a gap up in quite a few names. And after some muted morning strength, rolled over and then some. LTRY, small cap name, continues to have wicks on the top side, but hasn't broken those 120s just yet. MLGO pops into the 5s, continue to have trouble, but hasn't broken confirmed under $4 yet. So those would be a couple small names, small caps. MULN, habitual diluter, lower price name, but definitely not a small cap by any means. Just a absolutely obliterated daily chart. So we'll be hoping higher the better. Something like this. It's still up 60%. So see if we start to get opening range lows start to confirm and starts to fail to follow through, then I think this could round trip. But what I have my fingers crossed for is another day or two of run and can actually get some good meat on the bone. Palantir, completely sideways all day. Albit, pretty illiquid name, but if you look at the daily, shows you why I'm interested. Up from 3 to 9s. Lots of one and done fails looking left. Hasn't gone on a multi-day run like this before. Range starting to expand. And volume starting to pick up a little bit, but only 300k on the day. So nothing super crazy. Likely would be something I miss if it were to happen tomorrow. But if this were to continue to speed up and maybe start trading $1 million or $2 million in a day, then it would be a lot more interest to me. Borrows were expensive. Long to Oklo for the reversal. Didn't like that he gapped up so much. Yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, there was like 2 main gappers this morning and borrows were expensive, so I didn't look to trade gappers either. We're in that market environment, like I said a couple days ago, that day ones are just getting smoked. So it's a typical environment that I'm okay dabbling and trying to figure out day one gappers while they're working. But yeah, borrows were just super expensive today, so not a day I choose to participate. Palantir and BBI felt very long crowded. Took the quick spike, nice. Reddit traded much lighter. Yeah, I've got an eye on Reddit as well, but I'm going to be looking for it for the short side and set some price alerts for the day that this 154, 155 line breaks down, because a bunch of names are taking out prior support. So if this one can join and have the tailwind of the market, I think it could unwind rather nicely. He was up 40k pre-market. Wow. That's wild. I don't know what, but there's a bunch of gappers, I guess. I know he trades a bunch of gappers. But for me, there's not a market where I'm making 40K in pre-market these days. That's not in the cards. And then GoDaddy, I have this one on watch as well. Ariel put it on my watch, and he compared it to Deck, where it goes on a choppy little run, earnings comes out, you get a small little curl, and then starts to fizzle on the daily. And that's similar to what's happening here. It goes on a little run, earnings comes out, little multi-day bounce. So I will be looking for pops versus today's like 180-ish stop, and look to roll over as a bigger picture daily chart swing. Can you go over app? Looks like I got a line drawn right here. That's funny. Right at the low of day. Must have been levels from over here. Oh, that's right. I played that breakout over here. That's why that line's on the chart. Funny how it comes into play again. Let me see. So earnings was on the 12th. Right there, that gap up was earnings. A short report was put out on it this morning, which was the reason for the gap down. Yeah, so it's trading right near prior support with the overall weak markets. I'm not looking to dip buy something that has a weak chart. So nothing really in play for me. You watching MSTR since Bitcoin broke down the daily? Yeah, and MSTR broke down as well. Possible like little multi-day retest back up into the 300s. I just have such a hard time shorting bounces, because like, do I think MSTR is going to come back? No. Am I interested in pops back into this 300 that I think should fail? Yes. But what's saying that a pop into 300 isn't going to grind to 350, 380? Now I'm caught with my pants down with a low average, and starting to fight a bounce. So personally, I prefer to take the breakdown trade so that I can have risk on highs, which would be something like a Reddit. I'd rather short this 154 breakdown than try to be shorting this little bounce and looking for a rollover. So Master, I do think it rolls over. Am I the guy to ask about that? Probably not. I'm not the biggest large cap trader. I'm not the best large cap trader. I'm not the biggest large cap trader. So when it comes to these kinds of sectors, I think I'm learning just as much as the rest of us. SMCI is about short. Yeah, same kind of thing. I think I said on the watch list yesterday, I wanted to see how it would react into those 55s, which was looking left prior support that became resistance. It did fail off the open, reclaimed, broke through highs before choppily fading off throughout the rest of the day. So it wasn't the easiest one to play, but the same kind of idea. Yeah, a daily bounce short back into resistance. Did this have to fail at 55, 56? No. And if it kept grinding, then that's a tough thing to start to fight. So, yeah, it is what it is. But I'll keep an eye on Reddit with price alerts for a possible breakdown trade. GoDaddy for pops it back up into 180 and look for a rollover trade. a little bit, see if some volume can come in. And Mullen, I think this is a swing short back to lows. I just much prefer it to be higher off of its daily chart lows. If we get another few dollars higher, I'd be much more interested in shorting it one day above all-time lows. So, it is what it is. I think I'll leave it there, keep it short and sweet. And trade them all tomorrow, guys, and I will see you in the room.